Take advantage of the Boxing King Media discount at BYD Sheffield. You can get this amazing car for £269 per month with a £269 deposit. Details in the description.
Boxing King Media, powered by the Riyadh season. Mr. David Benavidez, pleasure meeting you for the first time, David. I think it's your first time in Riyadh, so I've got to ask you, man. Basic question: how's your arrival been, and what do you think of Riyadh?
Yes, it's been amazing, man. The people here are really friendly. Everything is really nice, really accommodating. It's a beautiful city as well, and I'm having a great time in Riyadh.
Just a few moments ago, I saw a picture of yourself with His Excellency Terence Crawford, Tiafimo. That's that stuff for dreams for boxing fans when they see things like that. So I've got to ask you, what was that like?
Yeah, so it was good. It was my first time meeting Turkey, so it was a great great first meeting we had, and we were just talking about maybe the future of me fighting with Riyadh season, and then also Crawford was there talking about his future fights, and Tiafimo was talking about future fights too. So Turkey Al-Sheikh is really trying to make the biggest fights possible happen. So we're happy to hopefully be a part of this in the future.
Let's just see who the winner is. We were just watching Buatsi, Callum Smith. What do you think Smith won?
I think Callum won it clear. I think it was a good fight, but I think Callum won it. Yeah.
Callum Smith wins. Because you said before the fight you've never seen Buatsi fight.
Yeah.
What was he impressed about from both guys?
It was a good fight, man. It was a good back and forth. It was a good brawl. I kind of already knew that Callum Smith was going to win. In my opinion, he had more experience. He has better weapons, and it showed tonight. Hopefully we might be looking at a future opponent. Callum Smith. We're both at 175. He just gave a great fight, and I think me and Callum Smith would be a great fight. So maybe we can make that happen in the future.
You know what? I'm just thinking your Riyadh season debut could well be Callum Smith. You never know. Just got to watch him fight live. So for me in Turkey, you will have had some you will have seen stuff online. He's back and forth with Canelo, back and forth with Gervonta Davis, but you got to meet him for the first time. So what was your assumptions about him, and what was he like when you met him?
Well, I've spoken with him a couple times, so I already knew he was a good guy, and then just being on the outside and seeing what he's doing for the sport of boxing, he's doing nothing but good stuff for the sport of boxing, so I kind of already had high expectations about him, and when I met him, he just met all those expectations. He's a great guy, and he's just really trying to help out everybody in boxing, so it was an honor and a pleasure to meet him.
And just explain, how does it work with PBC? Because we've seen Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Ben Shalom here, we've seen Top Rank, all the promoters work with him. We haven't seen as much from PBC, so how does it all kind of work with you and Al Heyman, etc.?
So we haven't worked yet, but right now we're basically in talks. But if it's good for the sport, it's good for me, and it's good for the whole division. So I mean, if there's an opportunity we can make a fight happen, I'd definitely have to go talk back to the PBC because they're the one in charge. But I feel like it shouldn't be no problem. Like I said, Al Heyman, he cares about me a lot, and he wants the best for my career. So if he feels like this is the next step, we move as a collective. It wouldn't just be me signing with Turkey Al-Sheikh. Me, Al Heyman, and all the PBC, we would be coming together as well.
I look forward to that. It'd be amazing. You just come in fresh off an incredible win. I was just saying to you earlier, I think in a few years people will appreciate your win over David Morrell, because a lot of people thought that was going to be the fight. You could potentially lose your role. So you've had time to reflect on it. What do you think of your performance, etc. now looking back?
I thought it was a great performance. I feel like it lived up to the hype, outside of the ring and in the ring. We both had, we had a great build up for the fight, and the fight lived up to the hype. So I'm just happy that me and David Morrell were able to put up a great fight for the fans and for the sport of boxing.
And it's good. It's worth reminding fans you're the youngest ever super middleweight champion as well. It's good to remind fans that. And you're 30, with 24 knockouts, incredible resume, and you just want the big fights. A lot of people talk about wanting the big fights, but not many people actually go out and get them. You've been demanding them, and you're asking for them. You've been asking for Canelo. So I've got to ask you, your fans are going to want to know. You must have mentioned Canelo in your conversation with Turkey. What did he say?
He said that it was a possibility he can make that fight happen, but at the end of the day, we take it one fight at a time. We're not trying to get all these fights and make them happen at once. I'm trying to make the next fight happen, and now the next fight is me fighting for all the undisputed belts. So we're just kind of keeping an eye on the winner of this fight, and then that's where I'm more interested in getting the fight. You know, the other fight with Canelo is it's possible it could happen, but we don't know. We're just worried about becoming undisputed first, and then from there we'll see what happens.
Just a few side subjects. I remember in the build-up to your fight with David Morrell, there was a picture of you flying about on X. I don't know if you saw it, with dad bod. You know what the term is, dad bod?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a British saying. But then they saw you getting into shape. So tell the fans, how did you end up like that, and then you got yourself back in shape?
Just eating a lot, man. Eating a lot. But like I said,
Eating what?
Everything, a little bit of everything. But I will say, I did put on for all the people who have dad bods. You know what I mean? All the people have dad bods. They think that just because we got dad bods that we don't got no power. But I showed them that we do got power.
It also shows bodies and physique don't win fights.
No, it definitely doesn't. And it really just depends on how hard you work. You know, just because you look a type of way doesn't mean that you can't go in the gym and work your ass off and look a completely different type of way. And that's definitely what I showed.
You know, I've known you for a long time. We've never met before, but we've been speaking for years, and it's amazing to see your journey from the start. And I see you flying in private jets with your wife and your child. It's amazing, man. It's amazing to see where you've come from and where you've got to.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing, bro. And honestly, the people who are listening, boxers that are not in my position, but that want to be in my position, you just got to trust the process. You know, you got to believe in yourself 100%. Do the work, and eventually, things will happen. You will become world champion. You will fly in private jets. You will get the big fights, but you got to work hard first. I've been boxing 25 years. I've been boxing since I was three years old, so it hasn't been a fast process at all. But I knew my time was going to come sooner or later, and I kept working, and now here we are, and I'm very blessed.
And a question on your father-son relationship. There's a lot of fighters coming through now worldwide that the fathers play a big part within them. What's kind of kept you and your dad together? Just
having the dream of staying together our whole career. Obviously me and my father have ups and downs like every other father. I think it's harder to work with your father than any other trainer, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't want it to work. I wouldn't want it to be anything else besides me and my dad. We've been through a lot and we've accomplished a lot together. Now I'm just gonna we'll keep looking. The sky's the limit for us, and we're gonna keep accomplishing everything that we set out to accomplish.
Right, and you got one son now, yeah?
Yeah, one son and one daughter. Yeah, I know, and then I got another son on the way too, born May 25th.
Amazing, bro. That's gonna be a lot of hard work. Your wife, how much do you play a part in the babysitting, looking after them? Because having kids back to back can't be easy.
Yeah, I do my part, but also I got nannies, so they help me out because at the end of the day, I train all day and all night. You know what I mean? So for me to do my job completely the best way I can, because I'm going up against great fighters. You know what I mean? I can't miss work. So I gotta hire my nannies to make sure my kids are straight, and by the time I get home, then that's when I, to take care of the kids and do my part. But, the nannies are the big help. So I give a big shout out to the nannies, because without them, I wouldn't be able to train every single day and and prepare as hard as I do.
Last two questions for you. First one, it looks like Terence Crawford will probably get the Canelo fight before you. If he does, what do you think happens?
I think it's a good fight, man. Honestly, I feel like any other fighter that could beat Canelo, I think it's Crawford. I think he's a great fighter, but we still got to see how the size plays out, because he's coming up from 154 to 168. But like I said, it's like an I wouldn't be surprised situation. I wouldn't be surprised if he beats Canelo, but I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo beats him either.
The last question I've got for you: the world is in a crazy place. It's like anything can go off any part of the world. You got a message of peace for the world?
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, we all want peace and love. You know what I mean? We all want to live in a safe community, a safe world. So, you know what I mean? So that at the end of the day, that's what we do it for. To be in a safe environment, to be in a safe place, and to take care of our kids in a safe environment as well.
David Benavidez, pleasure, brother, for the first time. Thank you.